Hey guys, welcome to day 6 and well done on being consistent and keeping up the practice. So we'll start off today in Jesus, I'm not sure myself. We'll start off in a wide-legged child's pose. So bring your toes together, your knees as wide as the mat, and stretching your arms forward, allowing your head to come down and rest on the mat. Just taking some nice deep breaths. Beginning to inhale and exhale nice and slowly through the nostrils. And just noticing how we feel this morning as we begin our practice. And then gently raising our head and allowing our hips to come down and forward. Moving our hands forward, belly on the ground, and bending our right foot towards us, reaching it behind our left leg, and coming over, pressing down through our right hand with our left hand behind us. So here we're coming back to our shoulder stretch again. Yep, getting a nice stretch for the shoulder. If it feels too intense, you can always ease out of it by easing your chest and your leg a little bit closer to the mat. And then we'll move back to center onto our tummy, and we'll do the opposite side, bringing our right arm over to the right, bending our left leg and bringing it behind our right leg, and just pressing through our left hand into the mat for a bit of extra support here. And this time feeling a nice stretch in our right shoulder. And then coming back onto our tummy. So from here we'll have a nice little quad stretch, bring our left hand parallel with the front of the mat and reaching back for our right foot and drawing it in towards our bum. Now as you can see, I'm holding my toes very close to the bum. This is comfortable for me. If it's not, just hold your hand with the back of your foot and bring it as far in as is comfortable, as I'm showing you now. Or if you need to, you can hold on to your shin. Again, using props if you have them, like a scarf or a band, to hold that leg closer for you. Moving to the opposite side, bringing our right hand parallel to the front of the mat and drawing our left foot in towards our bum. And just breathing nice and deeply here and noticing the sensation and enjoying the stretch in our quad, and then gently releasing back. From here, take off any excess clothing. So it's cold weather at the moment, so wrapping up to start. Okie dokies. And making sure you have enough space in front to allow your hands to come forward on either side of your head. From here we'll bring them to a 90-degree angle, and then we'll lift up, really pressing through the tops of our feet and our legs as we raise our chest and lift our shoulders back, and then allow it to come down and relax, resting our left ear on our hands. I'm just taking a few breaths here, giving our body a chance to integrate that movement, and we'll come back, reaching our hands forward and bending 90 degrees as we lift back up into Cobra, pressing through our legs to get that extra lift, and inhaling and exhaling before coming down and resting our right ear this time on our hands, totally letting go of any tension in our upper or lower body now. So Cobra is a nice one because it's a little back bend, and again it's opening our chest. From here we can move ourselves forward on the mat. Again, we all are doing it in our bedrooms or in a small space. So again, as I showed you, you have your shoulder above your elbow. You're really grounding through the palms of your hands. They're shoulder distance apart, grounding through your legs and your feet, and pinning your navel in. Sphinx pose. Nice relaxed breathing, maybe gazing between the hands, and from here we'll draw our knees mat distance apart, bring our feet together and stretch back into our wide-legged child's pose again. Allowing our head to come down to the mat if it feels comfortable to do so, allowing our eyes to close or our gaze become soft. And from here we'll move our arms to the left hand over and right arm in the same direction while simultaneously pressing back into our right hip. Nice stretch for our right side body. Coming back through center and moving over to the right. Drawing our left hand on top or next to our right hand, pressing our left hip back. Lovely stretch for the left side of our body. Focusing on our breathing, our inhales and our exhales, and then coming back to center and lifting ourselves back up. From here we'll come into toes pose, and I'm going to take my hot water bottle because it really is actually, and I'm going to prop it under my knees. So a few people had mentioned their knees were a little bit sore in this position, so you can use a blanket, a folded blanket, or as I'm doing, a hot water bottle, just for a little bit of soft cushioning. Coming onto the tips of our toes, hands resting on the tops of our legs. And as you can see, my spine is nice and tall and supported above my hips. Closing the eyes here for me makes it easier because this is a very intense stretch in our feet. We're on our feet all day long and we rarely give them a little bit of loving. So this stretch is really important, and it's a nice one to do first thing in the day. If you notice this sensation feeling quite strong, you can always come onto your hands, untuck your feet and give your feet a little tap and then come back into it. Just focusing inward. And from here we'll come forward onto our hands, allow our knees to come off the prop, untuck our toes and just give our feet a little tap against the ground. Again, just bringing movement back in, shaking them out. From here we'll come into our tabletop position, nice flat back, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Inhaling and exhaling. Moving into our cats and cows, so we'll do 4 rounds. We inhale, we raise our head. As we exhale, we begin to arch our spine, allow our neck to drop and draw our head in. Inhale as we curl up, allowing our neck and our head to gaze towards the ceiling, and on the exhale we arch, allowing our head to be the last to come down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Lovely stretch for the upper back there on the top of our cat pose. And from here we'll come back into a cross-legged position. Allow our hands to rest on our knee or bring them to heart center. Maybe bow our head. Maybe close our eyes. Just taking a moment to integrate all the yummy movements that we just did into our body. Allowing our breathing to return to normal and just noticing how we feel. So as we finish today, guys, just a quick reminder, if you haven't subscribed already, I'd really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, if you share it with any friends or family who you feel would enjoy it too. As you go forward, may you have peace in your thoughts, in your words, in your heart, in your body and soul. Namaste.